Ladies and gentlemen, have you ever shared something with someone and later regretted it? Have you ever opened your heart only to find that your trust was misplaced? There are things in life that should be spoken, but there are also things that should be guarded. Things that, if shared unwisely, can lead to regret, pain, and even betrayal. In an age where people post their entire lives on social media, where privacy is vanishing, I am here to tell you not everything is meant for the world to see. Today, I want to share with you 7 things that you should never share with anyone. And by the time we reach the 7th, you will understand that guarding these things will not only protect your relationships, but also your peace, your dignity, and even your destiny. We all have struggles, but not everyone deserves to know them. Some people will listen with compassion, but others will use your weakness as a weapon. Be careful whom you trust with your burdens. Some things are meant for you, your God, and the closest of friends who have stood the test of time. Every home has its struggles. Every family faces storms. But washing your family's dirty laundry in public brings nothing but shame and division. If there is a problem, seek wisdom, seek counsel, but never let the world mock the walls of your home. Protect your family's honor. Money changes relationships. Some will envy you. Others may try to take advantage of you, and some may even despise you. Be wise. Your wealth or your struggles are not for public display. Seek financial wisdom, but do not let your money or lack of it become your identity. Many great dreams have been killed not by failure, but by premature exposure. When you share your plans too soon, you invite opinions, doubts, and even opposition. Instead, let your success be your announcement. Work in silence and let the results speak for themselves. When you do something kind, do it from the heart, not for the applause. A good deed loses its purity when it is done for recognition. True kindness does not need an audience. It needs sincerity. We all get hurt. We all face betrayal. But carrying bitterness and openly speaking of past wounds only keeps the pain alive. Forgiveness is not for the other person. It is for you. When you stop rehearsing the pain, you start healing. Faith is personal. It is not a performance. Some share their spiritual journey not to inspire, but to boast. True faith is lived, not just spoken. Let your life preach louder than your words. My friends, guard your words, guard your heart, and guard your future. Some things, when kept private, will protect your peace and purpose. If this message has spoken to you, reflect on it. Consider what you share, and most importantly, whom you share it with. God bless you. We all have struggles, battles that rage within us, things we wrestle with in the quiet of the night, questions that haunt our souls, and burdens that weigh heavy on our hearts. There is not a single person alive who does not have weaknesses. Some of these weaknesses come from past wounds, others from present fears, and some are simply a part of our human nature. But one of the greatest mistakes a person can make is to expose their deepest weaknesses to the wrong people. The truth is, not everyone who listens cares, and not everyone who asks wants to help. Some seek to comfort, but others seek to control. Some are eager to offer counsel, but others are eager to collect information. The moment you reveal your deepest struggles to the wrong person, you hand them a weapon that could one day be used against you. Trust is a precious thing, and it should never be given carelessly. Too often we assume that just because someone is friendly, they are also safe. Just because someone listens, they have good intentions. Just because someone offers advice, they are wise. But time has a way of revealing the truth about people, and not everyone deserves access to your heart. There are those who will sympathize with your weakness, but there are also those who will manipulate it. There are those who will encourage you through your struggles, and there are those who will celebrate your downfall. The world is full of people who smile in your presence and whisper about you in your absence. The moment you expose your vulnerabilities, you risk becoming the subject of gossip, judgment, or betrayal. Some of the greatest betrayals in history have come from a whispered confession, an innocent moment of trust given to the wrong person. In life, it is wise to have discernment about who we confide in. Even among friends and family, there are things that should remain between you and God alone. Your fears, your insecurities, your hidden pains. These are not for the world to dissect. Strength is not found in exposing your wounds for all to see, but in knowing which wounds need to be healed in private. Some struggles are meant to be lifted in prayer, not paraded in public. Some burdens are meant to be carried in silence until the right person at the right time is able to help. A true friend, a wise mentor, a person of character. These are the ones who can hold your pain without using it against you. These are the ones who can see your weakness and still respect your strength. These are the ones who will not take advantage of your vulnerability, but will help you walk through it with grace. Be cautious with your heart, careful with your words, and wise with whom you trust. There is power in knowing what to share and what to guard. Every family has its struggles. Behind every door, beyond every smile, there are untold stories, challenges, disagreements, and painful moments that no one else sees. No family is perfect, and no household is free from hardship. But one of the gravest mistakes a person can make is to expose their family's private matters to the world. In a moment of frustration, in a desire to vent, many people share things that should have remained within the walls of their home. They speak about arguments, betrayals, financial troubles, and personal issues, not realizing that once these words leave their lips, they cannot be taken back. Words spoken in anger or carelessness can become a permanent stain on a family's reputation, a wound that time cannot heal. The world is quick to judge, but slow to understand. People hear one story, see one moment, and assume they know the whole picture. When you share your family struggles with outsiders, you invite opinions, criticism, and often harmful interference. Some people will pretend to care, but they are only eager for gossip. They will nod with sympathy, but repeat your words to others. They will pretend to help, but they will take pleasure in your troubles. Not everyone who listens wants to heal. Some want to harm. Not everyone who offers advice is wise. Some are simply feeding off your pain. Furthermore, speaking negatively about your family weakens the very foundation that holds it together. A home is built on trust, and once that trust is broken, division begins to creep in. When private matters are exposed, relationships suffer. Spouses feel betrayed, parents feel disrespected, and children feel abandoned. The people you should be protecting become the subjects of public scrutiny. Instead of seeking solutions within, people begin seeking validation from the outside world. Turning to social media, co-workers, or even strangers for comfort that should have been found within the family itself. And what does this lead to? More division, more pain, and a cycle of brokenness that becomes harder to repair. But there is wisdom in discretion. There is power in guarding what should remain private. Seeking counsel is different from spreading complaints. There are times when wise counsel is needed, when a mentor, a pastor, or a trusted advisor can help navigate a family crisis. But even in these moments, wisdom must be applied in choosing the right person to confide in. Not every listening ear is a trustworthy one. Not every sympathetic heart is sincere. Some people will listen to help, but others will listen to destroy. A family's struggles should be handled with care, protected with love, and discussed with wisdom. The world does not need to know every disagreement, every hardship, or every failing. What is sacred should remain sacred. What is private should remain private. True strength is not in exposing weaknesses, but in protecting the ones you love, even in the hardest of times. Money has a strange way of revealing the true nature of people. It can bring out generosity and kindness in some, but in others, it exposes jealousy, greed, and even deceit. Whether a person is wealthy or struggling, one of the most dangerous mistakes they can make is openly discussing their financial status with others. Money, or the lack of it, changes relationships. It alters perceptions, influences behavior, and can create unnecessary burdens in personal and professional interactions. Some things in life are best kept private, and finances are certainly among them. When a person openly speaks about their wealth, it can attract the wrong kind of attention. Some will see them not as a friend, but as an opportunity. Suddenly, requests for loans increase, invitations become more frequent, and the expectation of generosity rises. And while generosity is a virtue, it should never be forced or manipulated. There are those who will not ask for help out of genuine need, but rather out of an expectation that if you have more, you must give more. And when the giving stops, so does the relationship. A person who openly displays their financial success may find that they are no longer valued for who they are, but for what they can provide. On the other hand, speaking too openly about financial struggles can also bring unintended consequences. Some will pity, but others will judge. Some will offer help, but others will distance themselves. There are those who will see financial hardship as a sign of irresponsibility, even if the struggles come from circumstances beyond control. And in a world where people often measure worth by wealth, revealing financial struggles can lead to unnecessary shame and even lost opportunities. Employers, business partners, and even friends may begin to see a struggling individual as less capable, less reliable, and less worthy of trust. Additionally, discussing financial details can create unnecessary tension within families and friendships. Money has been the cause of countless broken relationships, bitter arguments, and lasting resentments. When people compare what they have to what others have, jealousy can take root. Siblings can turn against each other, friendships can crumble, and even marriages can suffer when financial details are constantly discussed and compared. The moment money becomes a topic of open conversation, it introduces an unspoken competition. Who has more? Who is doing better? Who is struggling? And this competition rarely leads to anything good. True financial wisdom is found in discretion. A person's wealth or struggles should not be on display for the world to analyze. Instead of boasting about success, one should focus on using resources wisely. Instead of lamenting financial struggles to anyone who will listen, one should seek solutions in private and consult only those who can truly help. Money may come and go, but integrity, peace, and self-respect are far more valuable than any dollar amount. Those who guard their financial matters wisely will not only protect their resources, but also their relationships, their reputation, and their peace of mind. There is great power in silence. In a world where people are quick to announce every move, every goal, and every ambition, wisdom teaches that some things are best kept private, especially your future plans. The moment you speak of what you intend to do, you invite not only encouragement, but also doubt, envy, and sometimes even opposition. Many great dreams have been destroyed not because they were impossible, but because they were spoken too soon. Sharing plans prematurely opens the door for unnecessary interference, negative energy, and sometimes outright sabotage. When a person reveals their future goals, they often assume that those listening will be supportive. But not everyone wants to see others succeed. Some people carry silent envy, hidden behind polite smiles and kind words. They may not openly discourage, but their doubts and skepticism can plant seeds of hesitation. Are you sure that will work? That sounds risky. I don't think you have what it takes. These small comments, spoken casually, can begin to take root in the mind and weaken confidence. The dream that once felt possible now seems distant, simply because the wrong voices were allowed in. There is also the danger of attracting the wrong kind of competition. When a person shares their future plans too freely, they may unknowingly give others ideas. In the world of business, creativity, and success, timing is everything. Many have lost opportunities because someone else took their idea and ran with it before they had the chance. What was once a unique vision can quickly become someone else's reality, simply because it was shared too soon. There is wisdom in moving quietly, in working diligently behind the scenes, and in letting results speak louder than intentions. Another reason to guard future plans is the unpredictable nature of life. Not everything goes according to plan, and when things do not unfold as expected, those who once applauded may begin to question. People are quick to celebrate success, but they are just as quick to criticize failure. When someone announces a goal and does not achieve it, they often face judgment, even if the delay or change was beyond their control. Some will call it failure, others will mock, and what should have been a moment of redirection can instead feel like public embarrassment. Keeping plans private allows for the freedom to adjust, adapt, and grow without the pressure of external expectations. Success does not need an audience before it is achieved. The strongest foundations are built in silence. The greatest victories are prepared in secret, and the most powerful journeys begin without announcement. Speak less and do more. Let actions speak louder than words. Let progress be the proof of ambition. There is no need to declare intentions to the world when the world will see the results in time. Protect your vision, guard your goals, and move in silence until the time is right for the world to take notice. True kindness does not seek attention. In a world where people are eager to display their generosity for likes, applause, and recognition, the purest acts of goodness often go unnoticed. There is something deeply powerful about doing good in silence, about giving without the need for acknowledgement, about serving without expecting a reward. When a person begins to announce their good deeds, whether it is charity, helping a friend, or supporting a cause, the focus shifts from the act itself to the person performing it. And once kindness becomes a performance, it loses its sincerity. There is a reason why the greatest acts of love and generosity throughout history were often done in secret. A meal given to the hungry, a helping hand extended to the struggling, a gift given without an expectation of repayment. These are the acts that change lives, not because they were seen by the world, but because they were done with a pure heart. When someone helps another but immediately seeks to broadcast it, the question must be asked, was the deed done out of love or was it done for praise? True kindness does not demand recognition, and real generosity is never about the giver. It is about the one in need. Beyond this, when good deeds are constantly spoken about, they can create pride instead of humility. The purpose of helping others is to lift them up, not to elevate oneself. When a person continually reminds others of how much they have given, how many people they have helped, or how generous they have been, they may receive applause, but they lose the deeper reward, the transformation of the heart. Humility is a quiet force. It does not need a stage, nor does it seek admiration. The greatest rewards come not from public acknowledgement, but from the unseen blessings that follow acts of selfless love. Another reason to keep good deeds private is that people can begin to expect them. When someone constantly speaks about their giving nature, others start to see them as a resource rather than a person. Instead of inspiring gratitude, their generosity may lead to entitlement. What was once an act of kindness can turn into an obligation, and soon the joy of giving is replaced with the burden of expectation. Quiet generosity allows for freedom. It enables a person to give from the heart, without pressure, without being taken for granted, and without the fear of disappointing those who have come to expect their help. Most importantly, doing good in secret creates a deeper connection with something greater than oneself. Whether one believes in divine reward or simply in the natural order of kindness returning in unexpected ways, there is a peace that comes from knowing that the good done in private has an impact beyond what the eyes can see. Goodness is most powerful when it is not performed but lived, when it flows naturally, when it uplifts quietly, and when it remains sincere even when no one is watching. There is a weight that many people carry, a burden so heavy that it clouds judgment, steals joy, and slowly poisons the heart. It is the burden of resentment. Everyone at some point has been wronged, betrayed, or deeply hurt by someone they trusted. The pain may have come from a friend who turned their back, a family member who spoke harsh words, or a situation where justice was never served. But the truth is, the greatest danger of resentment is not in what was done to you, it is in what holding on to it does to your heart. Speaking too much about personal resentments does not heal the wound. It keeps it fresh. Each time anger and bitterness are spoken aloud, they gain new life. The mind replays the offense, the emotions rise again, and the pain that should have begun to fade becomes even stronger. The more resentment is shared, the more it takes root, not only in one's own heart, but also in the hearts of those who listen. It spreads like fire, consuming peace, destroying relationships, and creating unnecessary divisions. A person who continually speaks about past betrayals may think they are seeking justice, but often they are only deepening the wound. Resentment also has a way of distorting perception. When anger takes hold, it blinds a person to reality. Suddenly, every action of the one who wronged them is seen in a negative light. Even neutral situations become personal. Every word, every glance, every moment seems to confirm the belief that they were wronged. And the more resentment is spoken, the more it becomes part of a person's identity. They are no longer just someone who was hurt. They become defined by that hurt. Instead of moving forward, they remain stuck in the past, unable to see the opportunities and blessings that the present holds. Furthermore, constantly talking about resentment can push people away. Friends and loved ones may listen at first, offering support and understanding, but over time, repeated complaints can become exhausting. People grow weary of hearing the same grievances, especially when they see no effort to move beyond them. Resentment, when shared too often, can isolate a person, making them feel even more alone. The world does not stop for pain, and those who refuse to let go of the past may find that they are left behind while others continue forward. Forgiveness is not about excusing the wrong or pretending that pain never happened. It is about choosing not to let that pain have power over the future. Speaking less about resentment does not mean ignoring emotions. It means taking control of them. True healing comes not when the whole world knows of an injustice, but when the heart chooses peace over bitterness. The greatest victory over those who have caused pain is not in making sure they suffer. It is in ensuring that they no longer have the ability to steal joy, peace, and purpose. There is great wisdom in knowing what to share and what to guard. In a world where people are quick to speak, quick to post, and quick to seek validation from others, true strength is found in discretion. Not everything needs to be public. Not every thought needs to be spoken. Not every plan, struggle, success, or failure needs to be displayed for the world to see. The more we protect the sacred things in our lives, our weaknesses, our family matters, our financial status, our future plans, our good deeds, and our personal resentments, the more peace we will find. Silence is not weakness, it is power. It keeps your dreams safe from envy, your heart safe from manipulation, and your relationship safe from unnecessary strain. It allows you to move with wisdom, to protect what truly matters, and to grow without the weight of public scrutiny. The loudest victories in life are not announced before they happen. They are revealed in time through the fruit they bear. So as you walk through life, be mindful of your words. Guard your heart, protect your vision, move with wisdom. And above all, trust that the things done in silence, with integrity and purpose, will one day speak for themselves.